Welcome to Season 1 here on Pure Instinct Outdoors. We're going to relive all the highlights of Season 1. Stay tuned, we got some fast-paced action coming at you.
The best of the best.
Okay, we're good. Hey, we got y'all. Y'all, you see that? You see that y'all right there? That is the result of having to put up with the Yankee from South Florida.
And he looks at me after he's filmed me. Oh yeah, Scotty, that's a huge deer. Good job. All right, well, I got to go back to work, so see you at the house tonight.
Oh yeah. It smells like you got to go to the washroom, you guys. That's what happens in the morning. It's, you know, a daily thing. But anyway.
Pure Instinct is brought to you by Weaver Group Limited, a leader in Western Canada's energy industry. Redline Powercraft and Yamaha. Trim FX. Red Wing Boots. Black Eagle Arrows. Alberta West Transport. Dave Booth Taxidermy. Deluxe Wall Tents. And Johnny's Sausage and Meats.
One of the things that really stands out from me from Season 1 is Scotty. He come back, his mom got sick, and he wasn't able to finish his sheep hunt. And he was disappointed. We come out, we started talking, and I remember I had said to you, I said, don't be disappointed. I said, it's a tough hunt. Like, it's not something you're gonna get every year. And I was on the phone with him, and Scotty's exact words were, "Don't tell me I can't do something."
This is as real as it gets. I'm 400 yards from the ramps right now. Sorry about the little bit of shaky footage, but my adrenaline's just pumping. Todd's behind me. Breakfast is waiting back at camp from the Wrangler. I'm gonna sneak up here, and I got about a 450-yard shot.
Okay. The next trip, he come out, he had his ram, it was that 643-yard shot. Unbelievable. You know, the guy's a marksman to begin with, shoots on a regular basis. The shots that he makes, it's only because you practice. But when he come out, the first words to me were, "Don't tell me I can't do something." And then he laughed. And I remember that conversation. I remember laughing, thinking, I guess if we need some more footage, I'm just gonna tell him from here forth, Scotty, you can't do it. You're a failure.
Smart gator. He's not gonna fool me. I'm smarter than him.
Perfect.
And eventually, we will get him.
Oh, we'll kill him.
You know,
we'll kill him for sure.
Yeah. Even though if I gotta hang you out here for bait.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just shot this beautiful management bull elk, 430 yards.
Always got to hit page 3, I believe. for the regulation changes. 3 or 6. Oh, sorry, important changes. 12.
This segment brought to you by Redline Powercraft and Yamaha. Family fun from land to sea.
Weaver Group Limited, the leader in Western Canada's energy industry.
You know what? When it comes to my season high, I would have to say my season high would be my whitetail.
Oh yeah.
You know,
Big old dark horn chocolate antlered split brow buck.
bush buck. Followed him for 3 years.
Let's just clarify right now, though, for everyone that's watching Dustin's episode that is wondering, why does the man wear surgical gloves while he's holding the deer?
Okay, well listen, here it goes. Because I've killed over 180, you have. But anyway.
Listen, okay.
Yeah. But how that goes is, I was sitting up in my stand one day, and I've sat well over 100 hours for this whitetail. I've never seen him with my eyes. I've got over 3,000 photos of him. He's a big, old, smart buck. And I was watching these little bucks come down the line where he comes in on my trail camera. And I walked in one day and I had all my gear hanging off my shoulders, you know, bow, camera gear. And I got a blanket because it was a chilly morning, and I touched a branch with my hand way up here. And I had some bucks walk in, and they hit that branch that was hanging over the trail that I touched at 6 or 5 in the morning in the dark. And that deer stopped on a dime, and he sniffed exactly where my fingers touched, and he did not step past that branch. From that day forward, I put gloves on going into that stand, and that's just another
Scent control.
Yeah, scent control that I can do to get him, because that guy was so smart. In 3 years, 100 hours of tree stand, the first day I run ozonics, I seen him. He was way out in the middle of the opening, but it's hard when you're not in full control with your cameraman. He was off to the side a bit, and he said, yeah, I'm on him. And the minute he said that, he stepped behind a tree. I released the arrow. And I'm sorry for the viewers at home, but I turned and looked at my cameraman, and I said, what happened?
You missed.
I missed. And that buck was standing at 23 yards. I'm shooting a 60-pound compound bow, and that thing jumped my arrow.
But you know what? It happens. It honestly, when your adrenaline gets going, you got a buck of that caliber that steps in, and he's right on top of you when he steps in.
I missed him. It was a blessing in disguise, because I did nick him. I went down.
You didn't know that till the next day when you...
No, I had hair in my arrow, or in my broadhead, kind of some chunks of hair, so I knew I'd grazed him, but I don't think I drew blood. And next day I showed up, and I did not want to load my gun for this buck, but there's so much history here. I loaded my gun and I hung my bow up with an arrow in it, and I said to myself, I'm not grabbing that gun unless I absolutely have to. And at, I believe, about 12 o'clock that day, that buck walked through the opening on me, and I couldn't pop a shot off on him with my bow and arrow. Phoned my brother, and I'm like, or texted my brother, I'm like, yeah man, he walked through my opening, I didn't have a chance to shoot at him, I videoed it all. I just feel like I let the biggest buck of my life walk away with my bow, and I was ready to pack up the hunting season and for whitetails because I figured he was gone. He showed back up walking from the south to the north, from my left to my right. And I probably should have shot him with my bow, but I told myself I let him walk that last time. That was the hardest thing I had to do because I wanted that buck so bad. But it wasn't the greatest conditions, so I let him walk. And I felt that this time he wasn't gonna walk because that big old buck needed to be harvested.
Look at that, eh? Look at the mass on this guy.
This segment brought to you by Black Eagle Arrows, the most durable and accurate arrows on the market.
Back in my day, we didn't have these yuppie coffee stores. We roasted our coffee over a fire like real men. Ain't that right, Brutus? You're such a good dog. Old Smokes Coffee, crafted coffee for the courageous. Have a big cup, shut the up.
It doesn't matter what you're doing. When you want something bad enough, you work so hard for success in life. And you push, and it turns into a 2, 3, 4, 5 year quest, and you're harder and harder and harder and harder and harder and harder to get it. And then you get it. And whether you're hunting or working or succeeding with a life goal or harvesting, an animal, it doesn't matter. Your family, you're trying to reach family goals, you're trying to reach personal goals, and it happens, and you're just like, I did it. Like, what do I do? Like, you don't know whether to go forwards or backwards.
We're going to really turn the clocks back. This area is kind of neat. It's one of the first places where different Aboriginal bands finally it became nomadic here. It just had so much to offer with the salmon runs, the lush river full of fish, the hunting opportunities around here, the mild weather. So it became home, and a lot of these Aboriginal bands are still here. So it's kind of neat to see how they, say 80, 90 years ago, give or take, they would catch, say, a sturgeon, tie some rope right through its mouth, tie them to shore, and then they would cut, say 5-10 pound slabs off the fish, keep the fish alive in the water, and that was a way of them preserving say you catch a 300-pound sturgeon, there's a lot of eating there. So
this temperatures, there's no way you could have that.
Absolutely. So they'd put them in the ice cold river, preserve them for weeks at a time, and just keep cutting pieces off, and then they'd finally kill the fish. But it's all a way of life back then, and
it was survival of the
survival
fittest.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's
incredible
interesting to see the history and how these fish evolved. And some of the fish that we're catching here today, they probably heard the bombs of the First World War, right?
for me. Waiting a minute, just get Scott. Exactly. Just wait till he picks up a handful of rocks and just starts.
I forgot to tell him that we're gonna get you new teeth for season 2.
No, then people won't know who we are.
Yep.
Kill shots and blood trails and just, you know.
Well, not many on Scott's behalf, but he's holding the camera.
Last time I checked,
did you even show up to help?
I did.
I don't think so. You left me with my mule deer. He can't even deny it. Wait till you see the footage. He comes there, films the intro of me going to get my deer out of this coulee that's like this, up on both sides.
Hey, I gotta go back to work. I gotta go.
Yeah, and he looks at me after he's filmed me. Oh yeah, Scotty, that's a huge deer. Good job. All right, well I gotta go back to work, so see you at the house tonight. Takes off up the hill. All right, on. I got a cape and quarter this whole deer out on my own. Sweet. Thanks, boys. Real team I got here. I guess I know why I carry the show.
You know, in all honesty, the body on it wasn't that big. I thought for sure that was a one-man job, and I would be stepping on his toes if I helped.
Bull stepping. It's because you knew there was work to be done, and you're a consultant, and you don't know what that is.
If there's one thing that comes out of this, a new set of teeth would be decent.
All right, we've ragged on Scott enough.
This segment brought to you by Weaver Group Limited, a leader in Western Canada's energy industry.
One more flight to Durango, Colorado, and I'm just eating my heart attack on a bun here. My second breakfast. I think it come out pre-made in about 30 seconds. How's the hunting life with your older brother, Chelsea?
It's just great. Never met someone so annoying in my life.
Stay tuned. I'm going to struggle here and get my mic on.
That's a really good thing that it wasn't a big deer, because after the buck left, I reached back and grabbed my bow, and I realized I didn't have my release.
Where are we?
In the bush. Rule number 1, you don't tell anybody where we are. It's our hunting spot.
Then we'll come back in the morning, there'll be a gator hanging on that.
If we're lucky, we might have 2.
2 gators on one?
Yeah, we lucky.
Well, everyone, we just want to say thank you for tuning in to Pure Instinct Outdoors Season 1. Thank our family, our friends, the sponsors.
At the end of the day, the families take a beating. 3 months of hunting season. So they deserve a huge thanks.
Like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Shoot us an email if you got any questions, concerns, comments, good feedback, bad feedback. Tell us what you think of us. We're open to criticism, we're open to change, and we like to hear we're doing a good job. Who knows where we're going to end up and where this is going to take us. We'll be traveling the world, hunting every kind of animal we can think of.
Hope everybody watching, hope you enjoyed the last 13 episodes, and stay tuned for Season 2. It's going to be one hell of a ride.
Nice shot.
Today is November 8th.
that time of year again, boys and girls. Whitetail time.
Well, I just want to let everyone know that this is my first mountain house meal on the side of a mountain. Doesn't get any more romantic than this. A bunch of dudes camped out on the side of a mountain cooking lunch.
The big thing for me is, you know, when you get to sit around a fire with Dustin and Scott, 9 times out of 10, Scotty's shots are 1,000 yards, and around the fire pit they're about 1,200 yards, depending on how many waters he's had. You know, it could be up to 1,500.
No matter what, though, they're all over 1,000. So.
They're all over 1,000.
This deer since 2009 when my buddy's grandfather picked off the first sheds off him. He was another little non-typical 4x5 with a couple splits and some stickers, and we just watched him over the years just get bigger and bigger.